So, yeah, Cocaine Bear. That's a thing we're all talking about right now, apparently. I admit, like so many other people in the world, I never heard the story of Cocaine Bear. I did not know that this was a thing that had actually happened. I was completely ignorant of this, and upon retrospect, I'm kind of disappointed in myself because this is the kind of thing that seems like it would be something I'd be familiar with, you know? Unfortunately, I didn't hear about this until they started advertising it back in late February, and I admit, the title alone grabbed my attention. It's like, much like Kunk on Earth, it's like, dude, we're gonna go see this. I don't know what it's about. I don't know if it's a comedy or if it's a horror movie or what. We're gonna go see this. Luckily for me, my brother-in-law was also interested in going to go see it, so we ended up going to go see it together. And I gotta say, it was, interesting. Not quite what I was expecting, but maybe not terrible. Cocaine Bear, as you would probably expect from the title, is the story of a bear who does cocaine. Specifically, a drug lord's stash of cocaine finds itself in the middle of the Tennessee wilderness, and this bear discovers it. The bear ends up ingesting an insane amount of cocaine and goes on a rampage. Throughout this forest, there's like 3 or 4 different groups of people who are all on their own little agenda here. Like, you've got the park rangers trying to maintain peace, you've got a mom looking for her 2 kids, you've got drug lords trying to reclaim the cocaine, etc., etc. All of them, in one way, shape, or form, encounter the Cocaine Bear. Hilarity ensues. I admit, one of the things that kind of slowed my enthusiasm was when I found out Elizabeth Banks was involved in this movie's production, and if you don't know who Elizabeth Banks is, well, she's the woman who gave us the 2019 Charlie's Angels movie, then proceeded to blame straight white men across the globe for its failure. And can I just say, so I don't have to make another video, can I just say, I am so fucking sick and tired of being blamed for shit like this. I mean, seriously, did it ever occur to people like Elizabeth Banks or that one guy who tried to make the gay rom-com that bombed immediately? Did it ever occur to these people that maybe, just maybe, your movie sucked? Okay, mini rant over, back to Cocaine Bear. I admit to being hesitant when her name popped up, but I gotta say, this movie is light years better by comparison, and only partly because it involves a bear hopped up on cocaine. Basically, to answer the question of what the hell is Cocaine Bear, well, according to somebody my brother-in-law talked to, it was basically described as Jaws, but set in Tennessee and a bear instead of a shark, and I gotta say, that's probably pretty accurate. The bear is definitely a menace for the movie, but the more the plot unfolds and the more you get used to the characters and the factions and whatnot, the more you kind of start to realize the bear isn't really the villain of the movie. The bear is just sort of a force of nature, you know, like it just does what bears do, you know. It sees an enemy trying to steal this thing that it's addicted to and it mauls them, or it runs out of cocaine high and just collapses on the ground on top of a guy, you know. Just, the bear isn't really an evil force, it's just a bear, and that's just fine, really. I went into this movie with no expectations, and I think that's one of the reasons I came out as pleased as I did, because if I had any sort of expectations beyond, dude, Cocaine Bear, we gotta see this. If I had any expectations beyond this, I feel like I might have been maybe just a smidge disappointed. And yes, I'm aware of the controversial scene where the 2 kids discover the cocaine and they talk about how, oh yeah, I totally do cocaine and do it with my friends all the time, and then they try to do cocaine, but they do it by eating it. It's a bit of a controversial scene that has a lot of parent groups in an uproar, and I'm thinking, dude, if I was their age and I discovered cocaine, I'd probably be doing the same thing they would. Both in terms of trying to, you know, like, dude, I'm totally doing cocaine. Also, with the fact I'd be totally doing it incorrectly because I forget how old they are. I want to say like 11, 12, kind of in that general area. But like, yeah, you know, it's, you just want to impress your friends, you know, it's that kind of thing. I didn't have a problem with that. Overall, Cocaine Bear was okay. Like, not the best movie I ever saw, but definitely not the worst movie I ever saw either. So that's probably why I'm going to be giving it 2 hats out of 4.